This is why your energy is completely fucked. Now, the main thing that's contributing to your energy being off is drinking alcohol. Plain and simple. A lot of people think that they're stressed, so they need a drink, when in actual fact, the drink is causing the stress. There's no question that life gets in the way, and you've got a business to run, or you've got a stressful job, you've got a family, you've got to provide, you've got to look after your own health, you've got other complications in your extended relationships. I completely get it. So, why would you want to make that any more stressful by drinking? Because that reprieve that you have for all of 20 minutes, where it makes you feel more relaxed, is going to cause you hours and possibly days of frustration, not being at your best, being really unproductive, not focused at all, and you're not performing at your highest level. The reason why is, well, one of the reasons why is it destroys your sleep. So it really impacts what is known as your REM cycle, which is rapid eye movement. This is absolutely imperative to get the restorative sleep so you can recover better. Because if you're not doing those things, you're not sleeping properly, you know the next day you're not as productive. You know you're not going to get shit done anywhere near as close to what you could do if you were fully focused and on it. You're probably going to crave more junk food. You're not going to want to exercise because your energy levels are low. It might be that you start snapping at your family and your kids, and then you become more detached from your partner throughout the whole process. The housework doesn't get done quite as well as it could. It might be that your output on your business isn't as high either. Because the thing is, people talk to me about moderation all the time, and they say, well, what's wrong with 2 beers a week? I always respond with the same thing. Well, it depends. It depends what your goal is. I reframe it as what's right with a couple of beers. They might say, well, life's short, Adam. Well, maybe so, but could you have an alcohol free beer as an alternative? Because it looks the same and it pretty much tastes the same. The replicas that they've got now are incredible, way better than they were 10, 15 years ago. You almost can't distinguish between what is an alcoholic beer and what is an alcohol free beer, especially after a few of them. Your palate just adapts, it just does. It's the same with caffeine, and when you drink decaf after a while, if you get a good decaf, you can't really tell. So, and even if you can tell, again, your palate will adjust and who cares. But point being that placebo effect you get from opening a beer on a night and then glug, 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 it's probably the fact that it's habitual. It's the fact that it's a cold, refreshing drink and you're just really used to it. It takes the alcohol around 6 to 7 minutes to actually hit your brain, for your brain to realize it's consuming alcohol. So if you think the drink is helping you relax, it's actually a facade. It's a story that you are very familiar with, and it's one that you're telling yourself to back up your belief system that it helps you to relax. But look at it this way. If you do run a business, for example, and on a Sunday evening you have a couple of beers, it factually, it's not my opinion, it factually destroys your sleep. You wake up the next day feeling groggy. You wake up feeling unproductive and not focused. Let's imagine that your business is turning over multi six figures or seven figures. If you were to assess what your hourly rate was of you not performing at your best, then you times that over however many hours, over 52 days. Can you honestly afford for your business to be performing at a lower level than what it could be if you were alcohol free? It's something to think about. So naturally, that is going to impact just about every other area of your life. So I'm not saying that you have to stop drinking alcohol forever and give yourself a huge shitty stick to hit yourself with, or this enormous pressure of should I, shouldn't I, forever. But what I would highly advocate for is that you take a 30 to 60-day break and you can see all the benefits for yourself. Because what's going to happen over that time is that not only will superficial things happen, like your skin will clear up and you'll start to lose weight, you'll start to reduce some of the inflammation around your key vital organs. You will become way more present with your children and with your partner. You'll be more use at home. You'll be getting chores done. You'll get all this time back. You'll start to hit better targets in your business or in your career. You're more likely to go exercise and be in the gym, start drinking more water and start eating healthier all over again. If you compound all of those things over a 30-day period, and don't say, I'm going to get through 30 days and I'm going to drink again, just say, I'm going to do the 30 days and then I'll see. Because I've coached over 500 people in the last 5 years. And the only common thing of around 85% of those have come to us around stopping drinking. Because some people hardly ever drink at all. They might have 3 or 4 a year, for instance, the other people that come to us. But none of them that have gone sober have said, oh, I really regret that. Or I really want to go back to feeling like shit and being hungover again. It doesn't happen. So the only commonality is that people wish that they did it sooner. That's the only regret that people have when they remove alcohol. Because it's kind of like the lights are on, but no one's home when you're drinking, especially to excess. And the other argument around going back to the moderation piece, one person that drinks 1 beer a week thinks that they drink in moderation. And I'd probably agree with that. But that's 52 beers or 52 glasses of wine a year. There's someone else that I was speaking to recently that drinks 2 glasses of wine a night and thinks that's moderation. And you might go, well, that's ridiculous. I agree, but their view of the world is that that's moderation. So that's why you can't use it as a blanket statement, because person one thinks they're right and person two thinks they're right. And there's a huge difference between 52 drinks and 730 drinks. The impact on your finances, the impact on your health, the impact on your skin, on your sleep, on how present you are at home are all drastically different to that of the person that drinks 52. So I'm not saying that you should drink 1 beer a week. But what I am saying is that if you can free yourself from the BS that this is really helping you in any way, shape, or form, or that it helps you relax, and that it's actually bringing any benefit to you, is a complete facade. It's just not true. So you can either carry on trying to kid yourself and being stuck in this loop of frustration and confusion, or you can break free from the bullshit and say, I've had enough of this and I'm sober curious. And I invite you to lean into that curiosity as much as you possibly can, because that will set you free. Curiosity is the opposite of judgment. And right now, I'm not judging you. I do not care if you drink alcohol or not. It makes no difference to my day whatsoever if you drink alcohol. But if you do remove it, you are going to change your life. And not only that, you'll change the lives of the people around you, which is even better. We've had several messages over the last 5 years from people's partners saying, I feel like I've got an upgrade, or what have you done to my husband, or he's a changed man. It's not because we have this magic wand, it's because the people have taken the action coupled with our strategy and our accountability and our community makes a massive difference to your progress as opposed to going it alone. So if this has resonated with you and you are interested in looking at becoming sober curious, then drop us a message on here or email us at hello@agameconsultancy.com. Leave some comments underneath as well to give your opinions and views on what I've covered today. I'm happy to discuss it or hear ulterior viewpoints. But for now, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.